is considered offensive.
Yes, the Islamic guidance on depicting prophets or trying to depict God is more about respect and also at a deeper level, I think, avoiding idolatry. But it's just that, it's guidance for Muslims. I think it's important to clarify that that's not exactly what's happening here, and I don't think that's the problem often cited with events like this Draw Muhammad Day or this art contest with the $10,000 prize. This is a mockery, it's an insult, and it's an attempt to do so. It's an attempt to incite violence. I can understand, I think, especially in societies where prophets are certainly not revered or religious dogma is certainly not respected very much. I understand that this might seem surprising. It may seem like an overreaction to many people, and I think that's fine. I think many Muslims also agree that this is not enough to make these artists or these activists combatants by any way. But we have to understand also that there are deeper issues here, that this is a humiliation and a mockery made of a people devastated by war, by over 30 years of war, and especially 15 years of American war. And moving forward, I think we have to really understand the gravity of the offense if we're going to understand these occasional reactions which blow up in violence.
And I want to get your reaction to Pamela Geller, that's the co-founder of the American Freedom Defense Initiative, saying on her website in reaction to last night, quote, "This is war on free speech." What do you think about her word choice there?
Pamela Geller often uses the language of war, and she situates herself very clearly as a propagandist of American war. She always has. This is true in the Zionist war and occupation in Palestine, and this is very true with the American wars in the Muslim world. So that's no surprise at all. I really think when you look at this event, when you look at the planning of it, when you look at her quotes and the amount of publicity that she did around this event, it's pretty clear that this is exactly what she wanted. I think she wanted violence. When you see the reactions from the crowd from this video from the event last night, it was already assumed that these people were Muslim, and I mean, most of us are still waiting on information that wasn't just leaked from the FBI to certain anonymously to media sources. Pamela Geller has really been asking for this and inciting this for a long time. Like I said, this does not make these individuals, and especially not these artists, these people, these attendees that show up, this certainly does not make them combatants. This certainly does not make them targets. But it's important to understand how this propaganda fits into a machine of Islamophobia, which is justifying and motivating even advancing and increasing amounts of imperialist war in the Muslim world.
I think you can definitely say that Geller was expecting some sort of violence, considering she was tweeting out pictures of herself posing with SWAT teams before the event even took place. But I also want to talk to you about this. I'm sure we're going to be hearing the words Islamic extremism a lot in the media in the next few days. In fact, we're already hearing reports that the suspect had pledged allegiance to ISIS and that ISIS-affiliated Twitter accounts have taken responsibility for the attack. But isn't it in the interest of both the suspects, who quite honestly look quite amateurish at the very most, and ISIS to claim a relationship regardless of the truth?
Absolutely. ISIS and American foreign policy here agree. They align in the need for there to be this very visible and very seemingly spread out and decentralized threat to American power and to the American homeland. Absolutely. Absolutely. ISIS benefits from this because it allows them to appear to have reach into American soil, and the U.S. government benefits from this by making it appear that ISIS has reach on American soil. And already we're seeing this justifying increased surveillance, increased entrapment cases and provocation in Muslim communities across the nation, and so we don't see this really as a surprise, unfortunately, but just one more chapter in an ongoing saga and an escalation of violence which is being led by two extremes.
You talked about how this may be used as an excuse to ramp up surveillance, but if what the FBI has told media sources is correct, they were monitoring him quite closely. Doesn't this whole event kind of demonstrate how that sort of surveillance net fails?
Absolutely right. I think many of us believe that we will not be free, we will not be, that peace will not be achieved until justice is served. I think this is an important premise. If you want peace, if you believe in peace, then you have to work for justice. And a state which is built on imperialism, which of course is built on the colonization of an entire continent and slavery, and as we see this being manifested in the previous stories in Baltimore and New York, these things, this is just another chapter, of course, in a long history, in a long dark history of American imperialism. But we have to find principles here upon which we can live in a pluralistic society, and Muslims are advancing that, and Black and Latino people in America, and minority communities, and the poor, the working poor, are advancing this in America. But unfortunately, we find that we have a common enemy which will not let us live in peace.
Cyrus McGoldrick, spokesman for the Islamic Movement for Justice, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We want to go back to RT's Manuel Rapolo in Baltimore.